Hello everybody, and welcome back to Amnesia Rebirth. Last time we left off, I was doing some problem solving. Might have taken me a little longer than I wanted to for some very, very difficult puzzles. And we are now on track out of the caves to head to that village where the doc and are waiting for us. So let's see what happens. We'll just hit continue. Tazzy Trianon, alone in the desert, pregnant and ill, is trying to reach a nearby town where the survivors of her expedition have found help. Allegedly. Don't really feel like that's true, but we'll find out.
I hope I didn't hurt you. Hush now. Close your eyes for some peace come. Hush now.
Oh.
Who are you? What do you want?
Hey, Bambi. I have a pretty cat hanging out with me now. Hopefully, y'all get to see her in the pictures. I don't like picking her up too much. She's just such a cute kitty. So I still have a feeling that blue spirit thing is good. It can't be a bad guy. I don't think. Or does this all just lead me back to the same place? Probably did. Probably wasting some time here. Good thing there's editing, right? Am I right? So I don't know about all of you watching, but I follow Magic the Gathering quite a bit. It is my favorite thing to do, and in time...
We came this way. Hank, stay with me, Hank.
It is not good, Miss Triana. Not at all. We may reach help, but he will not.
Fuck.
Well, that boy ain't right.
Oh, Christ, this feels good.
Don't drink too much. And fill up the flasks, bottles, whatever you have.
Supplies? This is from the plane. Oh gosh darn it. Hit the match button. Didn't mean to do that. Oopsie poopsie. Oh, that's the lantern button. Sorry, I haven't been recording in a little bit, so I'm trying to remember buttons and what they do. This is the problem with not doing it every day. I have a real job that I have to show up to, and I work a lot of hours. In time, oh, there we go. I would like to do less. Let's just see if there are more matches first before I start reading it. But I'm currently working 13 plus hour days, 5 days a week, which is a lot. So I hear. Okay, nope. Nothing there. All right. Alexander Melville Sterling, the money. British will need a visa, travels from Croydon with us. Alex Sterling, son of Robert Sterling. Sterling Archer. He's the money. Coming with us to feel like the big boss man and have an adventure, I reckon. Met up with him in Mayfair, cheerful and charming and willing to get along, and swears he'll know his place and follow all our advice. Yeah, we'll believe it when I see it. Maybe leave wrangling to Rachel? She knows how to navigate the British upper classes. Need to keep him sweet, but no special treatment. Can't travel without his private secretary. Not a great start. He's got such a charming smile.
I'll admit, he fits in better than I expected. These guys, though, Tazzy, they bleed money. You know what I mean? It gives them this crazy confidence, like the world has to do what they tell it to.
Oh, there's the door thingy. Oh, there's one of those thingies.
Christ almighty.
Don't go near it. Tazzy!
Follow. Hope. Life.
I think she's trying to help us.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. My god. It's a fucking devil is what it is.
Ooh. Maybe. I don't know if that's the ghost thing that's been hanging around. It's not too evil. What do you say?
4th of March, 1937. I am Tezzy Trianon. I survived the crash of the plane Cassandra. With me are Hank Mitchell, Yasmin Shabani, Dr. Anton Metzier, Leon de Vries, and Malik Tamboura. My husband Salim and others are in a cave near the crash and need help. Some have died. Richard Fairchild could not handle what we saw here. He ran. Alex Sterling has gone after him. We can't wait. We must do something that is utter insanity. Hank Mitchell, our leader and my friend, was badly wounded by a creature in the fort. Yasmin calls it a ghoul. A flesh-eating monster from desert legends. She may be right. Hank is losing blood fast, and he will die. There is no time to get to help. There is a shrine here, to a local spirit. This will sound like madness. She appeared to us. A figure of glowing light. She spoke to us. She offered healing and to save us from the desert, and I agreed.
Oh.
She led us to an amulet, hidden here in the shrine. I took it. Now there is a shimmering doorway in the rock. I swear it wasn't there before. If we step through, Hank might survive. He is so pale. Oh, Salim, I don't know what else to do. This is crazy. But I promise, I will return to you.
Is anybody else noticing the handwriting gets a little worse as she goes along? Kat notices it. Don't you, pretty girl? Hey, pretty kitty. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, I love my kitty cat. Still getting used to having this camera angle, so I don't know if y'all can see her. But, anyway.
This is insane.
This is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Game wants me to go through there.
Nothing. I guess this is closed somehow. Where did she take us?
And by Tazzy accepting the help, did she end up becoming this monster thing? Because I'm still convinced that I'm the monster somehow. I'm responsible for hunting down everybody.
Tazzy? Tazzy? Hello?
I took
Yes.
a radio with me?
Yes, I'm here, Doctor. Oh, it's so
remember
good
that.
to hear your voice.
Ah. You're still... Well... Where are you?
The Oasis. We were here before. What happened to us? I just read something I wrote. There's a spirit. A glowing spirit. I've seen her.
I will explain it all, Tazzy. Come to the village. We have lit a beacon in the tower. Look for the smoke.
Oh, thank God. Thank you. Thank you. Doctor, you talked about my blackouts. I have these marks on my skin, and I keep losing control. You gave me a medicine. What's wrong with me?
I do not know for certain. We need diagnostic implements, reference books, civilization. Remember, Tazzy, control yourself. Avoid fear. Avoid anger at all costs. I have to go. Yasmin, she needs me.
Doctor? Doctor! Shit.
Put that into my pants. Whoop. Oh my golly. How do I? Not that. That's the lantern button. There we go. Whoa, I see smoke.
There's the smoke.
All the way out there. Sunlight is not my friend. Am I gonna start hearing the weird crabs in my ears again? I don't know.
It can't be far.
It's actually, it can be very far.
Little one. A village. People. A way home. Paris.
Yep,
You
there are the
love
crabs.
Paris. We'll go walking in the Luxembourg Gardens. I'll show you where Alice used to play. Be okay, little one.
Where Alice used to play.
Please
Where
be
Alice used to play. Something bad happened to baby Alice. I just know it. Oh, what do we have here? Richard Fairchild. Private secretary. British will need a visa. Also from Croydon. Sterling's private secretary. What's Sterling planning to do? Write a book? Seems like dead weight. Pale kind of fella who looks like he'd run a mile if a gazelle coughed at him. Said he'd like to try his hand at hunting, but I can't see him hurting a fly. Same as Sterling, I guess. Make sure he feels part of the expedition, but no special treatment. Okay.
Oh, the secretary? Poor guy. You ever see anyone so out of his depth? I mean, obvious why he's here. No way was he gonna let Sterling out of his sight, but heck, bet he's regretting it now.
Bet you're right. Let's not go that way. Let's continue this way. Oh, Big Bird. But yeah, I follow Magic the
When
Gathering.
we get to the village, you can meet the doctor. And Yasmin. She's from Algiers. She's nice. And we'll figure out what's wrong with me. All will be well. All will be well.
Don't like that. Don't like any of that. Oh, we're going back to the shadow hellscape. I'm feeling this. Yep, this is all bad. Oh,
I really don't like this.
you and me both, Tazzy. You and me both. That's where it want me to go. But I'm not gonna.
No! Not now! Not now! Fuck! No! No! No!
What is this? I don't understand. Guess I have to go through it whether I want to or not. Oh, that's so good.
Christ! We were so close! What the hell is this place now?
No, I don't know. Boop. Does nothing. Oh. This feels bad. This feels very bad. Yep, we're definitely back in the
Mother Mary,
hellscape.
not again.
Actually, that statue there looks like the statue that came... That was that huge statue when we first flew in. You know what I'm talking about? Like on the plane. First flew in. But this seems like advanced technology. Statue again. It's like a running theme. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, thank God. Thank God there you are, little one. I may not know where we are, but at least you're still with me.
Baby of healing. It heals my sanity, I think. There we go. Ha! Alien chopsticks. Don't suppose they'd have matches in this place, huh? Or lantern oil. Lantern oil? Cool. Oh, we're going deep into it. Dungeon crawl time.
Either the well was very deep, or she fell very slowly, for she had plenty of time as she went down to look about her, and to wonder what was going to happen next.
Poor Steve.
Oh, little one. Every step we take it feels like we're further from her. There must be a way back.
What is
I've
this?
seen that before somewhere. The woman from the oasis.
Was she wearing that? Doesn't look blue to me. What do we have here?
What the hell?
Under the sign of Ranu, on the third rise at the first calling, I, Atheru, make this record. I have completed the comparison of the samples from the Empress and from the bones of her mother, Blessed Atua. It is clear now that both carried this sickness, although it did not manifest in the forebears. While Vitae is powerful enough to rebind bone and sinew, without repeated application the health again deteriorates. A single dose is no cure. It merely drives the decay back for a time. Tamaku orders that I test repeated application, quantities, insertion points, timings. In her name. Under the sign of Ranu, on the fourth rise, at the eighth calling, I, Atheru, make this record. As Tamaku directs, I have compared the most ancient of our records of the Empress's malady with the newly taken samples. In the earliest of samples, Tamaku was correct. The nutritive flow to both organs of generativity were intact, albeit reduced, and therefore they would have been functional before the spinal repair. However, since the influx of Vitae, the organs are now entirely withered. Why has the substance not reconstructed them? Did the degenerative malady affect them permanently before the treatment began? I've asked whether I should prepare a report for the Empress, but Tamaku informs me that this is unnecessary. It is, of course, merely of alchemical interest, and no matter for concern, for she is eternal, in her name. Something about the way I regenerate? And eternal as well. Yeah, sorry all of you out there in YouTube land. I can't get the brightness bright enough, it seems. Oh. Well, these ones don't make text good.
Brain! Status report!
Frozen peas.
Oh. Okay. Oh, maybe that's how I'm gonna open up doors. Bed. So this is like an infirmary? That's an experimenting chair. Or a baby pushing chair. I don't know. That may come back later. Is this door open? Nope. What's on this? Iliander, Septarch of the Enkindled Fortress, has dispatched the messengers to the Outer Isles under the guise of a trade mission. Despite our previous warning, it is my recommendation that we relocate 3/5 of the 2nd Regiment to the Isles immediately. On the matter of the harvested stock, it has been suggested that with the new chamber development, the need for such stock will diminish. I believe it is short-sighted. This new capacity surely means that we are at liberty to increase the number of factories. With that, we can vastly increase our defense capability, as well as increase standards of living across the Empire. This new expertise is a gift. We would be wise to make use of it. Instruct me, great Empress, and I will inform the Council of your decision. In your name, Eternal. What do we got here?
I find myself again confined. A day should not matter, but each day feels like waste. There is so much to do. Tamaku tells me that now, with Vitae, I have forever. But the people who depend on me do not. There is always something. Invasion, rivalry, sickness, penury. I have my duty. Perhaps I should end these sessions. Now they've found a way to stabilize the disease. I should be ecstatic. I should accept my fate and move on. It is such a faint hope that they can find any way to heal me. That they can find any way to grant my dearest wish. Now you are eternal, says Tamaku. Now you need no heir. None of them understand. This is not about politics or securing a future. This is not for the Empire. This is for me. Just for me.
Oh no. Oh, but you need to be in light? Okay. Okay. Do these work now? No, these are still in red. But these should open. This was already on before, so nothing new activated other than this. So in we go. I don't know if I want to go in there. What's down here? So I hear something. Making more noise closer to that, I can tell you this for certain.
It feels like somebody wants to sell me something!
I told you he was on to us!
Also, this ground makes a lot of noise. That bad. That very bad. Much like Magic's 30th anniversary, which is also very bad. 4 packs of not tournament legal cards for $1,000. That truly gives me the heebie-jeebies. Alright, nothing bad here. Let's just run it. Okay. Oh, this is a puzzle. Let's not shift things around just yet. Oh boy, is everybody ready for some editing here? I could be here for, what, maybe hours? With these super complex puzzles. Okie dokie. Yeah. Oh, that looks like a way back to the desert. Under the sign of Idu, on the first rise at the 8th calling, I, Kita, make this record. The configuration of the new test gate has been delayed by a failure in subsidiary node. in a subsidiary node. Mihara, you must complete it on the next rise as you have been prepared. Place the orb in the center, select the focusing symbols for this alignment, and insert 2 full cells of vitae. Remember Tamaku's lessons, Mihara. Master the orb. It is your focus and discipline that will open the portal and allow objects to be sent through. Okay. Objects sent through, so... we're lining up something, and then into this something, and then I get something. 2 little somethings.
Brilliant! Brilliant!
Oh, this is the power unit. I'm gonna need you, I'm certain of this. Oh, crap baskets. You know, methinks whatever they were doing here, it was bad, and it didn't work out. More lamp oil. Oh my. This looks like a full-on city.
What the hell is this?
Can I zoom? That's a face there. Oh, that's another lab. I'm feeling like there's a bad guy in here. Bye. What is this? Like she asked. Let's do some lore first. Lore.
There was a white sun at the great gate. It tore the air and the land. A corruption of living flesh crawls from the hole in the world and turns all to ash and rust. The control stones have turned against my kindred, shaping them into floating wraiths of nightmare. The city falls. I am to blame. My companions took my formula, some to use it to destroy the Vitae at the gate, others to infect the Vitae pipelines and end the suffering. The gate has indeed fallen, but catastrophically, unleashing energies beyond belief. Still the factories scream. We have failed in the worst of ways. It is my duty to stay at my post, to see if I can find means to end it. I have no choice but to use the Vitae. An ocean holds the great Empress to life, so a meager portion will suffice for me. If any find this record, know that I was the traitor Kita, alchemist, apprentice to Tamaku. Forgive us our folly.
Okay. Well. Vitae. Used for the Empress. Make her live forever. Kind of. Like a half-life, it would seem. Nope, can't read you. Oh.
It has taken me many rises in the gaps between my work for Tamaku, but finally it is done. I have a formula which is in sympathy with the pulse of the orb. I can provoke the symptoms of the red flesh, and with it will come destruction, channeled through the Vitae network. This might be the answer we seek.
The red flesh. Well, I'm throwing the switch. What's the worst that could happen, am I right? Wakey, wakey, eggs and... oh, bakey. Whoa. might have killed him. In fact, I'm pretty certain that's what I just did. Sorry. Hashtag not sorry. Needed whatever you had. I'm sure of it. Right? I did the right thing. Okay, this needed to go inside of a thing. Oh, wait, okay. J. Well, that's kind of the J. But how do I get this one to turn to be the right one? Did these lock into place? Oh. Oh, okay. I can move it left and right, not just up and down. That makes so much more sense. So, J, that thing, and then an M at the end of it. Yeah, that looks right. Just throwing switches. Oh, that do something. That's when I pull out my wigwamp. Nope. Oh, maybe it needs to go inside of this thing. Okay, but then I do need another one. Where do I get the next one from? Hold on, guys. I'll be back eventually.
Eternity later.
Here we go. No consequences to removing these things. I'm sure of it. Taking you with me. Okay. Now what? I've gotten those two thingies in. I've turned this on. Is this? Oh. What are you? You look important.
It feels like it's waking up.
Oh, my vision's starting to get all funky. Neat. I transport you. Portal! Double neato. Oh, but this door... Oh, don't worry, baby.
I'm so glad you're all right.
Yes, I'm so glad there are no monsters in here to mess our stuff up. Can I transport more stuff over? Just for fun? Food. So cool. Portals. Oh. Do I get to place myself in this? Yep. I'm in it. Oh, I didn't portal away.
A tower. Smoke. That's the town. And the doctor. But how can that be?
Frankly, at this point, Tazzy, I wouldn't...
Something just changed. The air. It's foul.
That's not good. I don't like the air being foul. Feels like there might be a monster. Definitely feeling like there might be a monster. Running! Running!
What is this?
Oh, please, please, please!
Got to get out of here.
I have gotten out of here. Whoa. What? Oh, I can't pull out my lamp or anything. That bad. Oh, this very bad. Oh. Oh. Oh, am I about to see the weird baby thing again? I can only stay on the path. I am in a park, baby. Can't check on
Mama.
Alice? Probably. No, this is very strange. But it doesn't seem really, really alarming. Oh, but this is.
What are you doing, little one?
1 and 1.
Yes, but what is 1 and 1?
Your death.
Alice?
Alice can't play. Alice can't play. Alice is gone. Don't worry, Mama. I'm here.
Well, there's the baby in my tummy. Don't go into the light! Oh,
Alice?
is Alice after her soup?
Alice! Salim! Salim, quickly!
That's no good. Nobody likes dead babies. Infants, small children. Somnambulist? Oh shit! I'm super pregnant all of a sudden.
No. No, 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 no. You're so much bigger. This can't be real. Wake up. Wake up, Tessie. Oh, God. Oh, God, Mother Mary. What am I going to do?
Oh. This is all very bad.
Come on. Pull yourself together.
And maybe don't fall anymore.
Where are we?
Creepy statue. Creepy actual skull. I throw you into the abyss.
Shit. I'm so heavy.
And I am in a crypt.
6 months. More. Oh, God.
Oops. I still don't quite understand what's going on, though. Oh, or I can just move these.
Shit. This isn't a dream. This really isn't a dream.
There we go. Whew, got it. Got 3. Nailed it. Using all of my pro gamer skills right now. But that's okay. I've got plenty of oil. because I've been very frugal. Bazaar. Oh. Booga! Yeah, down you go. Lift with your back, Tazzy, it's fine. Okay, well, down we go. Oh my god, there's a ladder there! I've gotta stop just jumping. It's not a game of Super Mario, is it? Please be more than one torch around here. Oh, golly jeez. I'm about to waste another match. Oh, temporal gateway. I hear you whispering. I see you. I see you. I'm just checking. I'm just checking.
Oh, that smell. Like back in the day. It's getting stronger.
Oh, we're back in Scary Town. Hooray for me. What is this? Oh geez. Okay. Refill lantern, I guess. Oh gosh. Okay. Shut up, baby. I need to do some work first. What? The red flesh. Something about this. Okay, we're running. Oh. Oh god. Oh god. Going down. I'm going. Oh god, we're falling. With a 6-month-long baby. Oh god. Flashes.
Come on!
I don't know. I'm just running. Running more. Gotta stop falling with a baby in you, Tazzy. Darkness is creeping up on my vision. That was pretty intense. Although it's not the same thing as the monster chasing me, it's just, I don't know what.
Oh, Christ.
Well, we're back in Scary Land. Don't worry, baby. My healing baby?
I can't believe this. What if I get even bigger?
Are we gonna have to give birth in the middle of a horror game? Probably. Okay. That feels good. Wait, is this the main gateway thing that they were talking about? Where, like, there's a great flash. Oh. Just get right into that. Yep, can't turn you yet.
It's the town again, little one. See? It's another gateway, I think. A portal. Like in that laboratory, but big enough for us. Look, little one. I think this is a way out of here. I know it's crazy, but can we get it working?
Button. Button. Alright, we do nothing.
This isn't working.
Yes, Tazzy, I see that. Thank you. A laden jar, like vessel resembling those in place in device in portal chamber, but spent, broken. Relic age unknown, manufacturing quality high, as if welded or cast using advanced modern industrial methods. Spiral symbol on laden jar bank also found on door near camp, leading to maze grid chambers below. Device is powered by electric fluid, or some means of gathering electric fluid? Laden jar. Oh, there are multiple notes. So somebody got here. But that thing is after me. It has been hunting me for days, but I keep out of its trail, so I will persevere. I can see settlement at the edge of the desert. I'm getting closer. I can see it. But it is not me. It is Abdullah. Through his eyes I see, his mind I hear. Confined to myself, I see only death dressed in the orb's darkest shadow. Huh. That sounds like the monster that I become. To Alexander von Brennenberg? We were right. Zazura is real. I took an orb from the shrine in the salt mines, but the shadow pursues, and I am trapped. I will attempt the crossing. It is my only way out. Record my name. Tell all. It was Herbert who gave us new worlds to explore.
Too many dark corners. I'll try to hold on, but this will be difficult, little one.
Penis. A little different. Used to seeing boobs. Am I back in... I'm in the in-between place, maybe? This feels like the desert camp. Oh, would you look at that? A Door to Many Worlds by Herbert Holmes. Forward, as I write this memoir, my great endeavor is on the verge of completion. That very threshold which has eluded the members of our fellowship down the ages lies before me, and I, Thurston Herbert, have the keys within my grasp to open it. What great beauties, what bounteous paradises might lie beyond the gate. Surely it will lead to the Arctic deeps, to the megalithic structures in Brazil, to anywhere within our realm. Yet we may go further. The evidence has been before our eyes since the day of Adam, or days of Adam. I use that example advisedly, for surely the story of Adam is the Hebrew retelling of our first arrival, thrust out of that Garden of Eden and into this harsh world. Beyond the gate lies the garden, and the place of our making, and I will be the first since Adam to... find it. Well, it's that guy Herb. Professor, I believe this is only one part of a bigger construction. The archives make reference to this place as a gate, but it also talks of other gates, if I'm reading correctly. And there is a symbol that I read as crops or harvest. Perhaps it is related to this seed? I was right, and it is a bitter pill. A Mithraeum, and in an orb, and now my dolt of an assistant has shattered it. I have sent it and him to Brennenburg. Perhaps something may be salvaged. So what is left to me now? There is a gate here. I have Vitae, but I have no orb and have discovered nothing of what Brennenburg called the Traveler's Locket. Yet it is clear this place is part of something greater. These halls are not the final resting place of their great queen, whatever the legends may say. This is merely a spoke on a wheel. What does the hub hold? Huh. Abdullah, Khalid will take on Daniel's duties. You are to commence excavation of the side tunnels immediately. Break down the Roman walls if you must. They are irrelevant. Anything older than Roman, investigate. If there are any more markings such as are in the room with the cage, I wish to hear about them. Any records, carvings, or signs that resemble an amulet or bracelet, I wish to hear about them. Any round stone of crystal, do not touch it on pain of death, but summon me at once. Okay, so I've found a crystal. So we're just building on bits and pieces, because this is the amulet thing. I've seen earlier when we were in the hellscape, somebody was talking about this and needing it. Oh, I'm full up on matches. Cool. Khalid. A full and accurate copy of the symbols in the room with the pillars is most important. Devote yourself to it. I wish it to be completed by the time I rise tomorrow. In particular, pay attention to the symbol I have labeled as Seed. I believe it to be the crystal orb that I seek. A clue to its whereabouts will see you well rewarded. Oh, okay. Hidden jars, energy sources and stuff. This seems like...
This is Richard's. He was here.
I don't care. Following her is insane. I won't. I won't. Richard, come back. Richard!
They left us. Richard and Alex. I don't remember why.
Alright, everybody. I think this is going to be a good stopping point. I don't understand everything that's going on. I'm loosely picking up on it that this Vitae is somehow an energy source or a thing to preserve the Empress from before. Oh, baby. What do we got? Are you healing me?
How did we get to this, huh? And how did you grow so fast? I hope you're all right.
I don't know. You have something to do with these weird visions.
We need to get out of here soon.
Indeed. But something to do with the Empress. These are all tied together. And, like, is this, like, the baby somehow the Empress being reborn? I don't know. Let me know what you think. What theories are you forming about this story so far? Comment down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day, a good night, a good morning, a good whatever. And I hope to see you on the next video. Take care.